Good morning again, family. We're all family. We're all part of the same energy. We're all part of the same world. So, good morning, family. Um, I'm struggling today. I'm absolutely struggling today. I woke up just feeling daunted. I don't know. Nothing major's happened. Life is overall pretty good. Of course, so there are circumstances that I wish were different, but everybody has that. But the devil's trying to get me. He really is. Um, I've been very close to the Lord lately, and I've been listening to Him. I've been obedient, and for most of my life, the last couple of years, I've been dealing with how to put the food down and not run to food when I have issues. And I've been working very hard at changing my relationship with food and not letting food be anything that truly matters except for nourishment for my body and what my body needs. And the devil doesn't like that. For years he had me. He got me at the age of 5 with food and kept me down with food for my entire life. And to change that relationship with food and to increase your relationship with God and Jesus, it takes time. You know how they say it takes 30 days to form a habit? You have to keep it up over and over. You find a way of eating that works for you and your body. You know what it is, and you over and over keep trying. You never give up, and over time it becomes habit, and then that habit becomes a lifestyle change, and then that lifestyle change just becomes the way it's supposed to be. Food is meant to be nutrition for our body. That's one of the ways the devil has gotten us in this world. Food is not meant to be the center of everything. It's you go to work, you do what you got to do, you take care of your family, you do this, you do that, and then when you're hungry, you eat something, and then you keep going. And the devil has created this world where food is everywhere, and it becomes real easy for that to become a focus. So anyway, over a period of time, through trial and error, and stopping and starting and everything, I have changed my habits. And I fast and pray. I'm obedient. God and I are very close. And it's taken time, and it does take time. Building relationships, no matter what relationship it is, with humans, with children, there's a mutual respect, there's a two-way street, there's communication, and you have to do that with God. And it all starts in the Word. And that's why I've started to do this Bible verse of the day. So I woke up feeling the devil's trying to get me is how I feel. Just doubts and thoughts, and I don't feel quite right today. And I woke up feeling lethargic and just not feeling well. And I know it's the devil. I know he's trying to get me because he's not happy. I have felt for a very long time that I'm supposed to do something different with my life, something more than just a job. I'm trying to help people learn to love themselves, trying to help people become closer to God, but it's something that I had to do before I could help others do it. So one of the things when days like this happen that I do is one of my favorite Bible verses that I bring out all the time is no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Simple line, devil don't like it, devil, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm with God, I'm obedient to God, and nothing you can do is going to take that away. I'm finally there. He had me doing that with food for a very long time. And people do it with alcohol, and people do it with cigarettes, and people do it with sex, and people do it with porn, and people do it with all kinds of things where they're looking for a relationship with something that's going to make them feel better, that's going to make them feel more whole, that's going to appease whatever's hurting them in the moment. And all of those things are weapons. They're his weapons. And he forms them against us. And they do prosper because they keep us from our real purpose. They keep us from what's supposed to be. We have a soul. We have a purpose here. We have a soul purpose. I've always called it a soul purpose. And he gets us into our earthly purpose. and and then we're lost. And the farther we get away from God, the further we get from the purpose we were created for. And that's when the self-doubt and all that comes in, and that had me for years. So today I woke up reciting the verse, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." And it's Isaiah verse 17, chapter 54. Isaiah 54, verse 17. And I'm not a fan of AI and all the. I think sometimes AI makes everybody dumber. Like, all the automation in this world keeps us from having to do things ourselves. We don't have to think anymore. We can just Google it. We don't have to read anymore. We can just Google it. But in this case, when you're just starting out, I think AI is a good thing, because, if you were struggling and you're trying to get closer to God and you don't know where to start, and you're having a bad day and there's one particular thing that's getting you, then Google, "I'm feeling this way. Give me a viable Bible verse to combat it." And boom, it will. And I mean, you can start as simple as that, you know, until you can get to a bookstore and get a Bible, or until you can get, to a Bible study, or until you can find books that help you understand the Bible. I mean, you can start out as simple as that. I'm having a bad day. I need a verse that's going to get me through. And instead of running to the distributor and getting alcohol, or to the liquor store and getting alcohol, instead of running to McDonald's. I mean, I can't even tell you what I used to do with food. And it was a routine when I was younger. And I don't do that anymore. And, I came close to death. So the word is really alive, and God is really there, and he is there to help you. So today my verse is Isaiah, like I said, chapter 54, verse 17. And it goes, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is from me, says the Lord." I just read that out of my Bible. So basically, anytime the devil's trying to get you, just no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am with God. He is with me. And I'm going to get through today, and it's going to be a really good day. And I just needed to pray about it. I needed to tell God how I was feeling. I needed to ask for his advice. And he's the one that told me to talk about this verse today. And, that's all I can say. If you are struggling, there are answers in the Bible. I swear. I promise. It took me years and years and years to realize it. I grew up in a church. I grew up in, quote, faith and religion. And I never really read the Bible. I never really, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I had to go through that to get where I am. So hopefully my experiences and dealing with what I've dealt with, and helping you to, understand where I've come from, will help you try to start a new journey. And just know that God is with you, and know that, we're all in this together. I do love you. I don't care what you believe. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. Whatever. I love you. That's all there is to it. And, just start loving yourself and loving your soul. When I signed my book, I used to sign it, self-love, peace, and joy. And now, if I sign my book, it's soul, love, peace, and joy. Because the self is of this world. The soul is of the other world. And that's what we need to feed. And we feed that through the word and through having a relationship with God and Jesus. You may or may not believe that. If you're not a Christian, you still can find some good stuff in the Bible. Even if your beliefs are not the same, there's still some good advice in the Bible. And anyway, that's my shtick for today. That's my speech. So, have a good day. I'm going to get to work. I'm running a little bit late. And I just wanted to say I love you. Have a wonderful day, and you're not alone. There are people out there. There are places out there. You just reach out. And again, if you feel like there isn't anybody out there, pick up a Bible. Go to a church. Just find God, because He will help you. All right, everyone. I love you. Have a great day. Take care. God bless.